Welcome to another edition of Triad today. Where we want to start, though, is appropriately, we're going to talk about winter safety tips with two of our best buddies here, David Daggett, Griff Shuler from Daggett Shuler Law Firm. Good to see you, gentlemen.
Hey, Jim.
David, let me start with you. Start us off on some advice on safe driving in snow and ice.
Yeah, we should have had this show a couple weeks ago with the weather we've been having
Right.
lately. With snow and ice, it's really a lot of common sense and practical sense. Let's slow down. Let's be careful. Let's watch out for the other person. Make sure you have warm clothes in your car. A lot of us, I'm guilty, you park your car in the garage, you run out and you don't have a coat and stuff. Have warm clothes in the car. Make sure your phone is fully charged in case you need help. And ice can be hidden. Hidden ice is a very, very dangerous thing.
Right.
Don't take it for granted when you're going down the road.
Right.
Even though it's clear where you are, it might not be clear 100 yards up the road.
Griff, safety tips inside the home during winter.
Yeah, I would start with the idea of number one, be prepared to lose power. So go ahead, get your batteries and your flashlights, prepare for all that. One huge area of caution is a lot of people are prepared when they lose power to have generators. You want to make sure that you don't open yourself up for carbon monoxide issues by bringing a generator inside.
Right.
A generator needs to stay outside. And another tip is go ahead and have carbon monoxide indicators.
Right.
And have that in your house. And then another big one that everybody needs to know about is making sure your pipes don't freeze. So wrap those pipes, particularly the ones on the exterior walls or pipes outside, wrap those with rags or whatever you can so they don't freeze.
Absolutely. Now, what about staying safe, David, when you're outdoor doing activities? What about that?
Oh, right. Activities are more vigorous and harder on your body in cold weather. I was out shoveling snow on our last snowstorm,
Right.
and was surprised how high my heart rate got. And people can have heart attacks, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
They all go up during that period of time. So don't underestimate the extra exertion. And then the big one is slipping and falling on the ice.
Right.
We have seen examples of just terrible, terrible injuries. And you and I are in the older age range, Griff's in the younger age range. But for older people, the number one debilitating thing that can happen to you is falling.
Right.
Do not fall.
And that's worse in the winter, well, as you mentioned with the ice and everything. Griff, quick note before we run out of time about pets. Winter, we talk about winter safety, we talk about driving, we talk about things to do indoors. What about pets?
Well, we love our pets and you want to take care of them. And the biggest thing is to limit their time outside. Because the longer they're outside, that's an issue. And obviously, for your pets, you can get one of those cute sweaters and those type things. But in all seriousness, keeping just like you think they have fur, they don't need covering. But if they're outside, putting a sweater on.
That's what my wife does. She won't let me inside her in the weather. In the winter, she puts a little sweater on me and makes me, stand outside.
That's right.
We were talking off camera about things that happen. Griff, I think you mentioned bump ups. We talk about, David mentioned off camera, there's not a lot of claims during the winter necessarily with driving, but.
Well, one of the big things that we see a spike in when winter weather happens, just like David was talking about, slipping and falling on ice. Oftentimes you have workers, unfortunately, that are working in this weather, and they slip and fall on ice, and those are workers' compensation claims. So if you are out and you do unfortunately suffer a slip and fall, and it's related to your work, you need to remember you may have a workers' compensation claim.
Any final thoughts?
Well, safety is always, always important. You have to heighten your observation in the environment around you during the winter and be careful, both for yourself and for the other person.
All right. Up on screen, if you ever need these gentlemen, you can go to daggettshulerlaw.com or call 336-724-1234.